Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they never break the chains of their own comfort zone. Think about it. Your comfort zone feels safe, but it is the very cage keeping your dreams locked away. Today, I want to show you how to break patterns, not dreams, and step into the life you were created for. Number 1, comfort zone as a cage. The comfort zone is one of the most deceiving places in life. On the surface, it feels calm, safe, and familiar. You know the routines, you understand the patterns, and you can almost predict what each day will look like. It gives you a sense of control, a sense of peace, and a false assurance that nothing can go wrong as long as you stay within it. But in reality, this very comfort becomes a prison. It is a cage that doesn't have visible bars, yet it silently restricts you from reaching higher ground. The walls of this cage are built from fear, habit, and hesitation, and the longer you stay in it, the stronger those walls become. When you live in your comfort zone, you begin to trade possibility for predictability. You may convince yourself that you are secure, but deep down, a voice whispers that you are meant for more. That voice grows quieter the longer you ignore it. The comfort zone feeds you with the illusion that staying still is safe, but what it actually does is rob you of the life you were designed to live. It limits your growth, shrinks your courage, and quietly steals your dreams. The truth is, nothing extraordinary has ever been achieved from within a comfort zone. Every invention, every breakthrough, every dream fulfilled happened because someone dared to step outside their cage. Growth exists only where discomfort lives. Your comfort zone is not protecting you, it is preventing you. It is keeping you locked inside routines that feel familiar but kill your potential slowly. And unless you recognize it as a cage, you risk mistaking safety for success, when in fact it is safety that holds you back from success. Number 2, dreams demand courage. Every dream begins as a fragile vision, a spark in the heart that whispers of something greater. But to take that spark and turn it into a flame requires more than wishful thinking. Dreams are not handed freely. They demand courage. Courage to stand against doubt, to silence the inner voice that says, "You are not ready, you are not capable, you are not enough." Courage to face the uncertainty of what lies ahead, knowing that the path will not be smooth, yet walking it anyway. Dreams are the tests of our strength, and without courage, they remain only images in the mind, never brought into the light of reality. The pursuit of a dream always carries risk. Risk of failure, risk of rejection, risk of being misunderstood. But courage is what transforms risk into growth. It is the force that allows you to try again after setbacks, to rise when you fall, and to continue moving even when the way forward seems hidden. Every step you take in courage builds resilience, and resilience is what carries dreams into existence. Fear will always whisper reasons to stop, but courage whispers reasons to continue. To chase a dream means to embrace discomfort. It means leaving behind what is certain for what is possible. It means trusting that the vision inside you is worth more than the security around you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. And without that action, dreams remain locked away in the shadows of hesitation. Dreams demand courage because they are bigger than safety, larger than comfort, and stronger than excuses. They demand that you rise above your doubts and give them the life they deserve. Number 3, breaking patterns. Builds power. Life is shaped by patterns. Daily habits, routines, and cycles that we repeat without even realizing. Some patterns build us, but many quietly hold us back. They become invisible chains, keeping us locked in behaviors that no longer serve our growth. Breaking these patterns is never easy because the mind craves familiarity and the body resists change. Yet, it is precisely in the act of breaking those patterns that true power is found. Each time you disrupt a limiting routine, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your habits, greater than your fears, and capable of rewriting your own story. Power does not come from doing the same thing over and over. It comes from stretching into the unknown, from challenging yourself to think differently, act differently, and rise above the automatic behaviors that keep you small. When you decide to break a pattern, whether it's procrastination, self-doubt, or the habit of giving up too soon, you unlock a deeper level of self-mastery. That mastery is what creates confidence, and confidence is power. It is the quiet strength that whispers, "If I can break one chain, I can break them all." Every time you resist the pull of an old pattern, you grow stronger. With each small shift, you train your mind to adapt, your heart to expand, and your spirit to push forward. Breaking patterns teaches you resilience because it forces you to face discomfort head-on. It teaches you discipline because you must choose the harder path instead of the familiar one. And it teaches you courage because you learn to act even when fear tempts you to retreat. Breaking patterns is not just about change, it is about building unshakable power from the inside out. Number 4, fear is an illusion. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that shapes human behavior. Yet when you look closely, you realize it is often nothing more than an illusion. It disguises itself as danger, but in truth, most of what we fear never actually happens. Fear magnifies possibilities into monsters, taking small risks and turning them into overwhelming threats in our minds. It paralyzes progress not because the danger is real, but because our imagination makes it appear larger than life. The walls built by fear are paper thin, yet they feel like concrete until you take a step forward and discover there was never anything truly blocking your way. Fear thrives on uncertainty. It whispers endless what ifs. What if I fail? What if I'm rejected? What if I'm not enough? But these questions are illusions designed to keep you trapped in hesitation. The moment you act despite those whispers, the illusion begins to dissolve. You realize that fear never had substance. It was only a shadow cast by doubt. The danger you feared loses its grip because courage shines light on it. And in that light, you see fear for what it truly is, an empty barrier. The mind loves to hold on to fear because it confuses safety with survival. But most of the fears we carry are not about survival at all. They are about stepping into the unknown, risking comfort, and daring to grow. When you accept that fear is an illusion, you free yourself from its chains. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and instead move forward knowing that fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. It is not the enemy. It is simply a shadow that disappears the moment you choose to walk through it. Number 5, growth is found in discomfort. Growth has never been born from comfort. It comes from the moments when life stretches you, when you step into territory that feels uncertain, when you choose the harder road instead of the easy one. Discomfort is the training ground of strength, discipline, and resilience. It is the pressure that refines character and the fire that forges ability. When everything feels familiar, safe, and easy, there is no reason for you to change. But when you place yourself in situations that challenge your limits, you discover that discomfort is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. Discomfort teaches you patience because progress rarely comes quickly. It teaches you courage because you must keep going even when fear tempts you to stop. And it teaches you persistence because real growth requires staying in the struggle long enough to transform. Every time you face discomfort and endure it, you become stronger than you were yesterday. You stretch your capacity, widen your vision, and deepen your ability to handle life's challenges. The very struggles you once wanted to avoid become the very experiences that prepare you for the dreams you are meant to live. Too often people run from discomfort, thinking it is a sign they are on the wrong path. In reality, discomfort is proof that you are moving forward. It is the evidence that you are no longer trapped in the cage of routine. Growth demands that you feel the stretch, that you wrestle with difficulty, that you push through resistance. Discomfort is not punishment. It is the birthplace of transformation. When you lean into it instead of resisting it, you discover that the pain of stretching is temporary, but the strength it builds will carry you for a lifetime. Number 6, choose dreams over routine. Routine can feel like stability. It gives you a rhythm to live by, a sense of order and control. But when routine becomes your master instead of your servant, it quietly kills your potential. It locks you into cycles where every day looks like the last, and every tomorrow promises nothing new. While routines may keep you safe, they also keep you small. They whisper comfort while slowly stealing your time, your opportunities, and your dreams. If you are not careful, routine becomes the silent thief that robs you of the very life you once imagined for yourself. Dreams, on the other hand, demand something different. They demand risk. They demand courage. They demand the willingness to step away from the familiar and reach toward the unknown. Dreams are born in vision but lived through action, and that action often means breaking away from the comfort of routine. If you always choose what feels familiar, you will never discover what is possible. Dreams require that you walk into uncharted territory, trusting that your purpose is bigger than the pattern you've been repeating. Choosing dreams over routine does not mean abandoning all structure. It means refusing to settle for a life that keeps you stagnant. It means deciding that your vision is worth more than your convenience, that your potential is worth more than your predictability. Dreams invite you to grow, while routine tries to keep you the same. The choice is always before you. Continue with what is safe and familiar, or step into the discomfort that leads to fulfillment. If you do not choose your dreams, your routines will choose your life for you. And in the end, only one of those choices will lead you to the life you are meant to live. So today, I leave you with this truth. Your comfort zone may feel safe, but it is a cage. Your routines may feel familiar, but they are not your destiny. Break the patterns that hold you back. Face the illusion of fear. Embrace the discomfort that shapes you. And above all, choose your dreams, because they are worth every risk, every challenge, every ounce of courage inside you. The world is waiting for the version of you that refuses to stay small. Don't let your dreams die in the shadow of comfort. Step out, rise up, and live the life you were created for.